Everybody's free, Rosella, or Rosella, I forget the proper pronunciation. I'm garbled today, so while I sort out my mouth, slowly dehydrate because I forgot a water bottle, and sort out the computer and everything, I'll treat you to another treat. Here is another beautifully classic song that I didn't get the chance to sing last week, but seeing as it's the start of semester 2, I just want to remind you all, you're all just another brick in the wall. That was Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. A brilliant track, and what better way to start a really chill Monday night than to start off with some energetic classic 80s dance music, only to then switch to the magic that is Pink Floyd. Hi, hello, welcome back. Happy semester 2, kids. How have you found it so far? Thus far, I have found it as stressful as semester 1, because everything's gone to pot. I don't know if you guys have had this problem, but I've recently discovered that I hate the school office. It's not a new discovery, I've just re-realised it because, again, everything has gone to pot. I'm trying to change a module, and I've never had so much difficulty with a computer in my life. The module catalogue is down. It's the start of semester 2, it was down last week, it's down this week. I can't go into the office and tell them what module I want because I don't even know what module to choose. I don't have a code, which is what they want. And if I go into the office, they won't be able to access it because everybody uses the same system. And many other ways in which society has failed. I'm with Floyd on this one, you know. Guys, maybe anarchy isn't that big of a problem. Maybe we need this. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Monday. I've had trouble speaking all day, so I apologise in advance if I garble my words more than usual. I've talked a lot today. It's not even like I've had trouble, waking up and I've not spoken to anyone. No, I've been sociable. I've been talking to my flatmates, those poor dears that have to deal with me. But, I don't know, I'm just cabbaged. Well, perhaps not quite cabbage so much as pumpkined. I wish I was smashed. I can't make this stretch. So there's another tedious link for Hannah. Tedious link. But, subject of anarchy and being cabbaged or vegetabled or, I suppose, hang on, pumpkins of squash. Doesn't that make it a fruit? That ruins my analogy further. Never mind. The point is you'll like this song. So here is Smashing Pumpkins of 1979. A very melancholy track that has been keeping me company all week during this stressful little time. And that was Smashing Pumpkins. It's a cheerful little thing. I'm really enjoying today. That was not meant with the sarcasm that the earlier enjoyment of The Office was. Ooh, don't destroy this place just yet, George. Sorry, I booted the table. I've genuinely enjoyed today, despite being sat around being anxious because I'm not stressed, and I'm normally stressed, so that made me anxious. You'd think I'd just enjoy having a little moment of not my problem, not my circus, not my monkeys, kind of moment of, ooh, everything has gone quiet for a bit before the storm comes back. But no, instead I'm panicked because I have nothing else to do. Truly, it's a sad life, isn't it? Sensible people would do something productive with that, like, say, wash up almost all of the pots I own. I have about 3 mugs that are clean. But no, instead I decided to sit and watch people play video games online and podcast over them, because that's the state of my life, while trying to sort out the rest of the chaos that's in it. Although I did enjoy writing today's playlist, I tried to go for some stuff that I haven't played in a long time, and some stuff that maybe I've never played before. I'm not sure I've ever played 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins, and I know I've not played one of the tracks coming up because I only discovered this artist last November. Anyway, that one's secret, that one's for later. We do have some interesting stuff. I even have some new characters on the show. I've played one of the songs as a request before, but they have a new album out, so we're going to investigate their opening song. But not right now. Right now, we're going to have more 80s cheese, because I can. And many of you know I don't have particularly strong feelings for Phil Collins, other than, shut up, Phil. But you'll also know I do enjoy Phil Collins when he was in Genesis, because he wasn't the entire focus. And here he is collaborating with Phil Bailey, I believe, on a very dancey track that I have enjoyed all week. Here it is. That was Phil Collins and Phil Bailey with Easy Lover. And I just discovered that Phil Bailey is from Earth, Wind and Fire, which is another band I really like. So, yay! That explains why I've always liked his voice. Just tidbits I learned today. So yeah, Phil Collins, he's got such a nasally whine, and I know everybody has that one artist. Apparently, I am changing accent. I apologise if that was offensive. That was just my voice getting stuck. No, everyone has that one artist that they just don't like for some reason, and Phil Collins is one of those people that sits right on the fence for me, because I really enjoy him in Genesis. When he's being cheerful in Genesis, that is. When he's being whiny, he's just being Phil Collins. And in songs like Easy Lover, where he's not just the focus of the song, it's a song, it's not just Phil Collins being Phil Collins. I really hate Can You Feel It in the Air Tonight, or whatever the full name of that is. The one from the Dairy Milk advert. You all know the one I'm talking about. Can You Feel It Coming in the Air Tonight, that's it. With the man in the gorilla monkey suit. I hate that song. I hate almost all the music he did for Brother Bear. It's Phil Collins being Phil Collins as Phil Collins. I know someone who really doesn't like the band Chicago for the same reason. They're just too nasally. But who are your pet hates? You tell me. I'm a big lover of Prince, so I suppose that balances it out, because Phil Collins is just nasally. I don't mind high pitch, because Prince is falsetto, you know. It's a magical, magical thing. So, right here we have, not necessarily a request, but a dedication to. I've decided I'll do these. If you're someone I know, or if you've requested enough things from me, and I've got a decent, I think, grasp on your taste, I will occasionally do a dedication to you, and you'll get a free song that I have picked for you. I did this with Simon last year, and played Psycho Killer, because Simon's mental. We love you, Simon. I hope you've tuned in. So here is Big Bag Voodoo Daddy with Dig-a-Doo for Alex in Manchester. That was Big Bad Voodoo Daddy with Dig-a-Doo, I think it is. It's one of those titles that is mostly nonsense words, so I have trouble remembering it. But I'm going to say it's Dig-a-Dig-a-Doo. I like them. They're a good band. I've lost track of where I was. Sorry. It's been a bit of a draining, though, good day. Oh, yes, of course, speaking of today, I have wishes to send out to you all. Being Welsh, I celebrate slightly different holidays to some of you. Yes, we have our own culture. Yes, we have our own holidays. But today is the Welsh Valentine's Day, January 25th. And I will be honest, I have forgotten most of the story around this. All I remember is that she ends up on an island becoming a nun, and as a result became a saint. I'm assuming there was love scorned at some point, because it's Couples Day or Valentine's Day. So happy Diwrnod Sant Dwynwen, which is, well, Saint Dwynwen's Day, or Dwynwen's, or there's a bunch of different names depending on whether you're wrong. It's Dwynwen. But yeah, it's the Welsh Valentine's Day, so I get two of them to send out love to all of you. Because I refuse to believe that Valentine's Day is just for couples. If it was just for couples, then you wouldn't have so many anniversaries. Days like this should be for sending your friends and letting them know that you still love them, even if you're terrible at messaging them and letting them know that you're not dead. I fall into this category very heavily. My mother called me today because I forgot I hadn't verbally spoken to her in about 2 weeks. If not 3, because I just suck at it. I'm just terrible at remembering to call people and knowing what to say without having like a backlog of things that I haven't spoken about in a while. And yet my poor dear flatmate, Ryan, I'm sorry, he gets messages from me on Facebook 10 minutes after we've been speaking in the kitchen because I've remembered something I forgot to tell him, or I found a link, and we see each other every day. And he is one of the people that gets the most messages from me. But my friends in, Germany and America, I don't speak to them because I've no idea what to say because I haven't spoken to them in forever. Because I am odd. So my feelings go out to those odd ones of you, and my love goes out to all of you. So, happy celebration of Welsh holiday. I'm not sure where I was going with that. I just wanted to share that it was a Welsh Valentine's Day because I have a gig the day after actual Valentine's Day, and I'm more excited about that than I am about getting chocolate, which I feel says a lot about me as a person. Hopefully good things. But speaking of romance, here is a totally non-romantic song. In fact, it's about a breakup. Kinda. This is the first song Gwen Stefani did after, well, it's not the first song she did after, but this is one of the songs after she broke up with No Doubt. Gwen Stefani with Cool. I love it. I love that beautiful tone she has when she sings. It's so chill. I always liked it. I don't know. I'm getting distracted because I was just thinking about the feminist show who have been playing music, and they've not been able, unfortunately, to get their hands on some of the music because the player they've been using hasn't been working. But I was wondering if they played Gwen Stefani on their show, because does she technically count as a feminist? I'm curious. I wonder what Vicky would say. Vicky's used to be one of the hosts on this show. If you tuned in last year, you'll know who she was. She was our local feminist. And she was great because her show specialised in female artists only, because you hear much fewer of them, well, more now, but if you go kind of through the classic stations, there are a lot fewer than you'd expect that get played. So she took it upon herself to change that, and change it she did. It was great. I discovered a whole bunch of new people through Vicky. Not necessarily just female artists, but female-fronted bands and the like. And it was great fun. I do miss you, Vicky. Vicky, come and visit. If you're listening, send me a message. Come up and visit, and you can guest on the show. We'll have a special one day. I'd like that. I could do a female-centric show. There's got to be enough. There's got to be. She made a whole show about it. I was about to say, there's got to be enough female artists to run a show. Of course there is. Anyway, as I was rambling on about earlier, band have released a new album, and we've got a free copy. So I'm going to play you the opening track from it, and if you like it, go buy it. This is Cage the Elephant's new album, and I kind of like it so far. So here is Crybaby. That was Crybaby by Cage the Elephant. So if you're interested, go check it out. I recommend it. Admittedly, I'm only 3 songs in so far, but it seems worth a look. So I'm going to be really quick about this because we've got a bunch of songs to get through. I've got a request from you. It seems it's quite a rocky show tonight. I've got a request from, of course, my dad, because it wouldn't be a show without my dad requesting something now, would it? So we'll be checking in with that just now, and we're gonna play you a little classic track. If you've been on the Facebook page, you already know what it is. But here is something that I think will last forever. I think it's just going to be one of those tracks that permeates popular culture, and it will definitely come back. When the 90s is truly retro and vintage, this will be one of the songs that is up there on those massive playlists like Ella is now. Of course, it's Nirvana with Smells Like Teen Spirit. Who didn't see that coming?
This is Frequency Radio.
This is indeed Frequency Radio. We're coming into our last 10 minutes on the show this week. It's gone so quickly. Maybe it's because I'm talking at the speed of light this week. Sorting everything out, getting going, really motivated. I'm awake for a change. I'm not ill, as I promised last week. I'm actually healthy. Yeah, well, as healthy as I get. But yeah, so I have some exciting news to share. I was informed that you recall a while back I played a band called Pretty Vicious. They were Welsh, I was very excited about it. I interviewed them, I pointed you towards the SoundCloud that has my interview with them on it. plug. Well, turns out they've been back on the radio again. And not student radio, I mean real radio. I know they were played on the BBC's up-and-coming artist shtick that they do, but they were also played on BBC Radio 1 this past week, I think. And everybody seems really impressed with them. So I'm really, really excited, because that means hopefully someone somewhere will get them to make an album. And I'll get bragging rights because I interviewed them when they were still small. That might be partially honest truth, that I kind of want bragging rights. Maybe. I'm not shallow. I'm just excited for other people. I have a pet band that I'm watching slowly grow in fame. Not Pretty Vicious, but another rock band. And it's really exciting to see them do stuff. But as you all know, I like doing interviews and gigs when I can manage it. And we have someone coming to our very own town soon. Yes, to Preston. You know, you're not a town. You're a town, not a city even. But yes, Misty Miller, who I have played on the show before now, she was the punk girl. Well, she is coming and performing up at Blitz. So for those of you who want in, go check out. It looks like it'll be a good gig, and I'll have interview rights. So us and Pluto will be going up to go and badger some new faces on the scene. So we're excited. Speaking of new faces on the scene, I dropped a hint earlier that I had a new artist that you'd all enjoy. Well, this is Jason Webley. Now, he played at the Night Vale podcast I said I went to go and see a while back. And he was so good live. Bless him, he was very, very surprised when the audience joined in before they were supposed to. Curse us on our habit of pantos. But he is great, and if you can get your hands on anything that he's done, if you just search Jason Webley on YouTube, actually quite a lot of his stuff comes up. He will play accordion live, he will play guitar live, he played guitar with a knife because he can. That's a whole different story, that was part of this skit. But he's a great artist, and this is from the album Margaret, which has a story behind it that just tears at my heart. So here is Pyramid. That was Jason Webley with Pyramid. And that's from the album Margaret, which... that song actually explains it quite well. A friend of his found a photo album in the bottom of a rubbish bin. And they discovered the life of this woman, Margaret, which was kind of sad, really. And he grew up in this... he was in this town, he kept seeing her surname everywhere, and they found out that she was this local... kind of famous person. She wrote poetry, and her husband was part of the army, so locally quite famous. And they kind of held a, what do you call it, a wake when somebody dies? It was almost a wake. It was a celebration of her, and they put her poetry to music and all sorts of cool stuff. So you can check that out. I know he has a Twitter, but I forget where you could find his story. I should have brought the notes with me, beg your pardon. If you're really interested, I will put a link up, if I can find the website link again. I will put up a link explaining what happened, and you can go and buy the album and all sorts of fun things, because it's quite a melancholy album mostly, but it's one of those great melancholy albums that makes you feel good sad, silly as that sounds. Anyway, we're going to end with another lovely woman that I love, which is Peggy Lee. I've played some of her tracks before. I love her dearly. You may have guessed by the fact that I've said I love her. It's one of those days. It's coming up to 10. It's 2 minutes to 10 on a Monday night. I'm allowed to be a bit redundant. That's what I'm going to tell myself. So I'm going to say goodnight to you all. I'm going to welcome in the next show, which is Rock the Radio, classic rock. As always, a great show. Do tune in for it. Worth a listen. Gwilym's a fun, relaxed host. We're very chill here on Mondays. So good night. Enjoy your week. And I'll see you again next week. This is September Rain by Peggy Lee to see us out.